Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 26 of our Kingdom Come Deliverance gameplay series. I'm Commander Jorval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So I don't think there's anything new on admin notes. For the recap, at the end of last week's episode, we finished up the initial portions of Johanka's section of the Woman's Lot DLC. We said we were going to put the rest of that on hold, and there's a specific reason for that, in that one of the upcoming sections of the next quest there requires you to have information about stuff that's happened in quests that we have not done yet. And remember, this was part of a DLC, which assumed that you had gone through certain things in the game already to get to that point. So it would assume that you've already done these things, whereas we just haven't, because we haven't progressed through the main storyline a bit. So what we need to do is two things. We need to progress through two quests in the main quest line, but to get through the second quest in that quest line, we have to go through another DLC. And that's because completing that quest takes you somewhere, and once you get to that location, it auto-fails a whole bunch of other quests. And one of those quests is one that we need for the Woman's Lot DLC to be completed. So we're going to kind of go off on a tangent here, and then we're going to come back to a Woman's Lot. So let's go ahead and jump in here. And we'll kind of look at what we're going to be doing today and how we're going to get started. Okay, so here we are, the evening after we have completed that last quest. And I do want to look and see what I have as far as Savior Schnapps. Okay, so I've got some. Okay, I've got a torch. What we want to do is prepare for what we're going to be doing here, and lockpicks. Got plenty. So this quest is called Needle in a Haystack, and it takes place in the Sasau Monastery. And the monastery is closed off. It is a private area. You're trespassing in it the entire time that you're there, except during this particular quest line. But during that quest line, you're going to be forced to give up all of your belongings. And that makes it a little hard to lockpick things or assassinate people or save the game if you don't have any Savior Schnapps. So what we're going to do is we're going to break back into the monastery and kind of pre-position some stuff so that we can go pick it up later at a time during that quest. But to begin with, let's look at our quest journal here, because if you can't beat them is what's going to lead us into this. So we need to go to the Crimp's meeting place and try and find out from them the location of the camp. And we need to do that at night. Okay, and we'll just head up to the church in Sasau, not the monastery, but the church. Okay. So if we head up here... We learned about this a long time ago. We have to pray at the church at night.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I could do with a bite to eat.
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like. People talk.
Well, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
Okay, we did learn about this from Punch during the If You Can't Beat 'Em quest earlier, when we had the fights behind the tanner's place.
The bailiff's man told me about you. The one who runs the fight club in the quarry.
Did he now? Well, I hope you trounced him. Bastard took my money at dice.
If you want, I can give him a proper hiding, just to show you I'm serious.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight, but not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Who's Pius? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
I'll have to find him first.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Oh, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and Pius. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
And do you have any other test?
We're not hiring stable boys. We want men who are prepared to do anything. And this is the toughest task we've got.
So how many men have you already sent?
Just a handful.
And what happened to them? Did they hang?
Just the first one. The others turned tail. Guess they didn't have the stomach for it.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is, and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk. Then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars. And I doubt he suddenly stopped drinking.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright? Good luck then.
Okay, so you can see that now we have to break into the monastery, and that's going to complete the If You Can't Beat 'Em quest. Okay, it's going to start Poverty, Chastity, and Obedience, and for this, we have to find a way in there, and we could do this one of two ways. You can basically skip this entire quest. You can go into the monastery, you can kill one of the novices, and it doesn't matter which one, and leave. And as soon as you do, you're going to complete the quest. Now, you're going to skip a whole bunch of stuff in here, including an achievement, but you'll be able to complete it, and you'll move right on to the Die as Cast quest. We're not going to do that. We're obviously going to talk to the young man who's supposed to enter the monastery, but we have a little bit of time here left. So let's go break into the monastery. And there are a few ways into the monastery, but we've already been through one of the easiest ones. And that's up here. Through this door is the monastery. Okay, so again, you're trespassing this entire way. Okay. Now, there's some stuff that you can do in here to make your time a little easier, but you really don't want to, so to speak. There are these pages that are torn, and you could pick them up and plant them somewhere else. But again, it's better just to leave all of that stuff here and not mess with it. And we're going to be coming back to that book there. We're going to be coming back in here to get that torn page. And the prior is asleep there. And there's something that we want to do with him. Okay? So we're going to save our game here, because sometimes this gets a little wonky. Okay, and we're going to knock him out. Okay, and we're going to loot his body. We're going to take the monastery key. That's going to make things significantly easier later on. And I'm going to lock pick this hard, very hard lock here. Okay, now in here is going to be a chest that we've already opened. And I'm going to place some stuff in here. So I'm going to move a dagger. I'm going to move some lockpicks. I'm going to move some groschen, not a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot. And that's just in case, really. I'm going to move some savior schnapps. And I'm going to move my torch. Okay, now I could move a couple of other things to make things a little easier, but we're going to go through the rest of this here. Kind of as the quest intends. Okay, so now we can make our way out of here. We're going to go back and pick up some more savior schnapps. Because we need to talk to Sir Radzig. Okay, so let's just go pick up. We'll eat while we're here. We'll pick up some more savior schnapps. And now we'll go see Sir Radzig. Time is it? Yeah, it's time.
Yeah!
And Sir Radzig is here in the Rattay Castle. The lower castle, not the upper one. What's my energy look like? 75? I'll be alright. So, don't know exactly where he's going to be in here. We just need to... It might be downstairs. Or upstairs. Okay, and sometimes he's wandering around in these things here. Let's just wait an hour. It is really early in the morning. Let's just wait an hour and see if he comes out somewhere more normal. And what do you know?
Greetings, Henry. I hear you on the rat-eye tourney. Well done, lad.
Now, the Scowlet's mines that we found that murderer at last time?
Sir, my investigation led me back to Scalitz, and I happened across a criminal there. I just wanted to report to you, sir, that I dealt with that murderer. He attacked me and, well, I got the better of him. He won't be doing any more harm to anyone.
That was a brave deed, Henry. Thank you. I see you've been doing an excellent job in my service. I sent a patrol there some time ago, and they never returned.
The Scowlet shield that we found and the dead guard, that was from the patrol he sent.
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre, it's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the Horsons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhof too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how, though.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial. You'll have to figure something out for yourself.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Rattay. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities. Goodbye.
Hey, so now we don't want to kill him. We want to somehow bring him back for justice. So things are getting complicated, as if it wasn't complicated enough already. So now we need to deal with how to get into the monastery. Okay. And to do that, we were told about this nobleman that is going to join the order. So let's go talk to him.
She's a loose woman.
And he's going to be over here at the Wagoner's Inn. Okay, and they told us how to recognize him. He's a nobleman, so he's got fine clothes and a green hat.
Bring me something to
So
Look out!
okay, I think I know where they're actually at, but not sure why they're up there. Oh, yeah, I do. It's not time for them to be awake yet. They're both asleep. And I'm going to save the game here. Let me think if this does anything. Actually, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it that way. I don't want to glitch this just in case. I haven't done it that way because when I got here in my personal playthrough, they were awake, so I went through the quest as normal. I'm going to end up... And why do I have a bounty here? I ran into a foe, quote unquote, when I left the church at night. I didn't know who that was or what it was. I just skipped it. And now I seem to have a bounty. Let's go find a guard. And find out what this is all about. Because I don't want to have that mess something up here. Sasau is separate from the monastery as far as reputation goes.
You there! Stop!
Surrender!
Right enough!
I'd let it go if it was somewhere else, but roaming around here after dark without a light
So that's what it
is
was?
against the law. And that's a serious matter, especially in these troubled times. This definitely won't come cheap. You'll learn crime doesn't pay.
Okay, so I could persuade him, but it's only 10 groschen.
Damn it. Here's your coin then.
You've paid for your crimes. I hope you've learned your lesson.
Okay. So it was basically riding around without a torch in Sasau, which was stupid, but is what it is. So now that that's taken care of, let's head back here. And we'll talk to this nobleman and start down this quest line here. Now they wake up at 11. So let's wait an hour. Okay, and they're normally sitting inside. Yep, there they are. This is Carl, and that's Manfred, his bodyguard.
What do you need?
Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel, so instead I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
A tank it here!
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
I would give you your weight in gold, if I had any. But Manfred there, my guardian angel and caretaker, has all the coin, and he never takes so much as a single step away from me. If you help me get rid of him...
He's been listening to us the entire time.
So what? Listen, friend, let's raise a glass. Manfred here's a sleepy old goat. We can talk once he dozes off. Please, get rid of him for me, any way you can. Good luck, then.
Okay, so there are several
I'd like a
ways
beer.
to deal with
Certainly. I'll fetch it right
Manfred. The first is that there's a tavern brawler here. You can speak to him
away. Enjoy it.
and tell him that Manfred called his mother something bad, and he will fight Manfred. Now, Manfred is probably going to win, but during that time that they're fighting, you can talk to Carl. Okay? That isn't going to get you any help in the latter part of the quest, but it is a way to do it. You can talk to Manfred and get him to just basically give you a second, and you can talk to him that way. Again, it doesn't really help you in the second part of the quest, so we're going to do it a third way.
God save you.
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
I'm going to convince him to have a drink. Now, we're not going to be able to use the charisma check. We don't have a high enough charisma here, but we do have enough persuasion.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
I can see you're a reliable lad. So what shall we have to drink? And while we're at it, why not have a little game?
See you later.
Okay, so we're going to immediately get put into a dice game.
Over here.
And we're going to select all 6 of our lucky die.
Why oh why did I ever agree to this? I'll lose my shirt again.
Okay, and 4 of a kind. Nice.
About time it went my way.
Christ, I'll have to get my own ale.
So we got a straight and a 5. 3 of a kind. He's
That'll
rolling
do.
really, really well.
My pleasure.
But he's not going to beat me with these die. Okay, so that's 1,000. That's going to win the game.
Satisfied?
Why oh why didn't I quit while I was ahead?
Okay, now he's going to get up and go upstairs to his room to go sleep this off. And now we can talk to Carl.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God! He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the Lord of your Fief.
Shit.
Shit is putting it mildly. The Lord of Bukovo was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every step I take and won't stop until I'm behind the monastery walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
Why don't you just run away?
Bare-arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You could only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ? I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare arsed? What the hell would I do? I don't...
But there are poor people everywhere.
If I have to choose...
Okay.
That's all.
So, now we have two things that we need to get from Manfred. And because we got him drunk, he is now gone to sleep. And that makes this part substantially easier. Like I say, this is why you want to do it this way, so that you can move right into the pickpocketing here and the theft. Now I'm gonna, because this pickpocketing can be weird. Sometimes you'll just fail it instantly. There's the writ. There's the pouch. Now, if he's not drunk, if he's just sleeping at night, the writ is going to be in that locked chest.
All right.
Next to the bed.
All right.
I've got what you need.
Excellent. Give me the purse. You can do as you like with the writ.
Now, you can give him whatever of this or nothing. He's going to get angry and you'll have to fight him if you don't give him anything, but I'm going to just give him the purse.
Here you are.
Good luck, no matter what you plan on doing with those monks. Best be on your way now before Manfred finds out that he's been robbed.
And what are you going to do?
Get my things together and disappear. I want to be as far away as possible before that old man even knows I'm gone. Good luck, then.
Okay, so now we have to go into the monastery. Okay, and to do that...
Yeah.
We need to show up and talk to Brother Porter. We've seen Brother Porter before during the In God's Hand, or the House of God quest. Okay. But before we do this, they're going to confiscate all of our items. The problem with that is that when you get them back, some of them might have the stolen tag on them, and you'll have to clear that tag when you get them back. I would prefer not to have to do that. So this is going to give me a chance to clean up my inventory as well. I'm going to send all of the stuff that I can. To my horse. I'm gonna take all but one of those. Okay, nothing else. Oh, the Groshen I can move to my horse. Nothing else is marked as being able to be moved to my horse. Okay. So now I need to find Brother Porter. There he is.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. But he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery, so there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of St. Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
Okay, now you notice there was a skill check there that said success on the screen. If you have not completed the mighty, I think it's Mightier Than the Sword, or the Pen is Mightier Than the Sword quest, and don't know how to read, you cannot start this quest. Okay, now, you probably will have by the time you get here, but just keep that in mind.
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy, or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. Good luck then.
Okay, and now we're going to have to put away all of our stuff and put on the monk's clothes, and that happens down here. Okay, and before I interact with this chest, I'm going to use my last savior schnapps.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, ob probria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
And there we go. We're going to get a save game here.
I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
And yeah, I love owls. These quests are interesting, but they're timed around what you have to do on a daily basis. So it can get a little, if you skip something and miss it, you have to wait until the next day when you have some free time to do it and that sort of stuff. So yeah, it can get a little annoying. I'm not planning to do the most optimized walkthrough here on these 7 quests that are here. But I am going to kind of take some shortcuts here while we go through it. But yeah, it is an interesting set of quests. And hey, Jacob, welcome. Good to see you again. And yeah, all the best on Henry being a priest. You know he's going to be a not good one, but he'll do his best here.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
Being here in the monastery is my dream come true. Being a monk is so exciting.
Well, no one's ever said that before. I'm curious if you'll still be singing the same tune in a month's time.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Okay, so you want to ask him about himself. During this first period here on the first day, he's going to take you on a little tour. That tour is important to learn where you need to go throughout the day. But it's also important because this is during some free time. And there's a bunch of things that you want to take care of during this free time. Okay, so we're going to go through with the tour.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
So we're going to follow him along and listen to what he's telling us
Peace
about
be
some of
with
these
you, brother.
things. And like I say, remember where these locations are.
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery
There's also
taught
a
me?
cellar.
To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitors. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You, too, will learn how.
And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here.
Okay, now you do not want to tell them about your search. Okay? You want to talk to all the novices, but you don't want to give anything up yet.
It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Celerius. They say he used to be a thief.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Tell me something about life here.
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially,
Are there already candidates to be the new abbot?
Brothers John and Nevlas. But the others have been fighting like dogs because of them. We don't have to fight about anything, though.
This John, who is he?
A Circator, and really just an unpleasant old man. It's mostly the older brothers on his side, because they believe he'll protect the status quo and all the benefits that come with long service here.
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He's what they call the provost. He'd like to bring back solemnity to the monastery through reform and by returning to pure faith. A lovely idea, but most of the monks are against it.
Why can't novices vote?
They say we don't have enough experience to decide about anything. Don't worry, we'll get our chance.
Why is who wins so important?
We're young and we'll spend the rest of our lives here. And the abbot decides everything about our lives. Didn't it ever occur to you how powerful he is?
Okay. So now for our first night, he told us that we have free time. And we want to take advantage of this by introducing ourselves, like he suggested, to all of the novices. Okay, there are 4 of them.
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices. I hope you'll like it here in the monastery and that you won't get into trouble.
Someone
Trouble?
really reeked at Matin.
You're young,
You're right.
perhaps intemperate.
Stunk like a wild
You might
animal.
easily stray from the
It's
rules
not
of the
the
order.
first time.
I suggest you get to know the older monks.
But one that'll
You
be
never know
soon
when it might come in
solved.
handy.
It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning.
Can
Then
you tell
he'd
me
see
something
it
about
is
yourself?
I would if there was anything noteworthy to say. But I'm just the ordinary son of a landowner, now a monk. There's nothing in my past, present, or future that anyone could find interesting.
Why did you join the monastery?
Because it was better than living in poverty. As the youngest son, I'm not entitled to inherit my father's estate, but he was kind enough to sell off some cattle and send me here. And you know what? I'm glad to be here. It's better than mucking out manure.
Who would you vote for as the new abbot if you could?
Why do you care? We don't have the right to vote, so we shouldn't get mixed up in it.
I'm just interested, that's all.
I like John better. But like I've said, it's not our place to get involved. It's enough that Antonius is mixed up in it. Don't you start too.
Okay, so you can continue
I'd like to ask you
asking
something
some more
about the monastery.
questions and that sort of stuff, but these are most of the same ones that you've already
Well, that's all.
looked at.
Thank you for your time, brother.
And now Siskin. Now Siskin has something you want to do with
My
him.
name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin. Now, are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although, it's not important.
Peace
Welcome
be
to
with you,
Purgatory.
brother.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough. Soon enough.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my past.
Hey, and we can do a persuasion check here.
Are you hiding something? Why are you so reluctant to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil Flashka of Pardubitz? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, the lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me, in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
But you didn't have to come here if you didn't want to.
No, not if I didn't mind being left to beg alms by the city gate. I had one choice, the monastery or nothing. If it had come to that after my father's death, so be it. But to get rid of me while he's still alive...
They must have realized you robbed them.
I donated some of the silver to the monastery when I came in, just to piss them off. I can just see my my siblings, arguing with the abbot to give it back.
And you stashed away the remainder?
Indeed so.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can.
Salve
I'll wait
Domine.
another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
That's all I wanted to know.
Please, keep it to yourself. Especially the part about the coin.
Okay, you can ask him about this stash.
I'm still curious about this treasure trove of yours.
It's no big, terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. I mean, at other times, I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
I'll leave you be. Don't worry, I won't follow you again.
Thank you. And please, Gregor, don't mention it to anyone.
Okay, so again, you don't want to spill your secret.
How is it that you don't get any penance for missing morning prayers?
I've paid off the circators to turn a blind eye. And the other monks don't notice as long as you show your face there from time to time. No one's too awake at that time of the morning.
Who would you elect, Abbot, if you could?
Most likely Nevlas. He's a fine fellow and he seems honest. But, truth be told, it doesn't matter much to me. A monastery will still be a monastery, no matter who's in charge. If you really want to talk more about it, ask Antonius. He seems to have taken an interest.
Okay, and we're not going to ask anything about the other novices until we've already talked to all of them. And there's still one more, and that's Lucas.
Peace be with you, brother.
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas. Nothing else matters.
Come on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was. I never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our oath. Never forget that.
If you could, who would you vote for to be the abbot?
But I can't vote, so what's the point of worry? Ask Antonius. He often talks about it, and I'm sure he has an opinion.
So we're learning that Antonius seems to be involved in all of that sort of stuff. And now for our first day, remember we did get a book called Everyday Labors. This is going to explain what you have to do, okay? Every day. The ones that have an exclamation point, you have to do, or else you're violating your schedule and the circators will punish you. And enough punishments and you get kicked out. And you don't have any other choice but to complete this another way. Okay, so we have 7 p.m. free time before retiring, and then 9 p.m. is rest and nighttime curfew. And you'll get prompts throughout the day telling you what you need to do. And if you're ever confused about what you need to be doing, just look at the In the Cloister quest. This is the first of the 7 quests in here. This quest is always going to be there, and it will always tell you what you should be doing during this time. But you can consult the book and consult your clock and find out what you should be doing at any particular time. You can skip time here, and we're going to be doing that, but you don't ever want to skip past a time when things are going to change to a new task. Because if you do, you may be late for that task, and as you're trying to get to that location, the circators may stop you. Okay? So you're stuck to a fairly rigid set of things here to do. And this first day, we're just going to talk to, and you can tell the Circaders, they have this gray robe with the hoods, whereas the regular monks have these black robes. Okay, and there are two Circaders, Stybor and John.
I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
I know. I saw you in the church during ceremony. I have the feeling we'll be meeting again soon, and often. You see, I'm the Circator.
What does that mean?
I make sure everyone observes the rule, does their work, and that everything's the way it should be.
When it's not the way it should be?
Then we're authorized to mete out punishment. But certainly you won't require correction, will you, brother?
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
He can't sleep and plays long into the night.
Can you tell me something about the rule of St. Benedict?
7 centuries ago, Saint Benedict of Nursia wrote a collection of monastic rules, which we still follow today. They're read at every meal. The fundamental precepts are obedience, work, and prayer. We're fully devoted to serving God. The outside world beyond the monastery walls is foreign to us.
Do you never want to know what's going on out there?
And what should be going on? The sky is just as blue and the grass is just as green. Perhaps the rulers change, but the greatest ruler of them all will remain unchanged through the ages.
And hey, Abide, have I seen the Divinity trailer? I guess the question is really who hasn't seen the Divinity trailer? Yeah, I'm not going to be talking about it a whole lot here. It will be something that I will be talking about. But yes, it's, again, exciting. We'll see how it goes. Again, always Larian. So, but yeah, excited about it. And hey, Rudi, welcome. Good to see you again. No worries about whenever you join. Just being here, like I say, is enough. So thank you very much.
Who would you like to be the new abbot?
What kind of question is that? John, of course. Nevlas isn't the kind of candidate you can take seriously. I've read one of the manuscripts copied by one.
What can you tell me about the novices here?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make your vows and become a fully fledged brother.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yorick is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager. Perhaps too eager. Siskin is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hard-working and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him. And then we have you, about who I know nothing.
Are there ever any disagreements between the brothers?
Unfortunately, yes. The biggest quarrels right now are about the election of the new abbot. They can already see poor Peter in his grave.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
The old abbot is practically on his deathbed. There are 2 candidates. Half the monastery wants John, the other half Nevlas. And there's no chance they'll come to an agreement. But you've probably already noticed the atmosphere around here.
Tell me about John.
John is the Circator and the oldest brother here. It would be only natural if he took the crozier from Peter. He has experience, merit, and composure. He'd lead the monastery wisely.
I'd like to know about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He doesn't have the most experience, but his drive and heart are pure, his faith firm, and his ideas rational. Although perhaps he's too keen to change our routines here, which many brothers don't like.
What have they done to you this time, brother?
Why does it matter so much who wins?
Because the future direction of the monastery hangs in the balance. The younger brothers feel they have to work more than their superior brothers, and that some brothers are more concerned with their own comfort than with worshipping God. The older brothers take a different view. They say the younger monks want privileges they haven't earned, and each side has its own candidate.
I thought politics weren't part of the monastic way of life.
You're right, but we know nothing besides the monastery, and the abbot's decisions can influence our entire life. Some of the brothers take it very personally.
Okay, so we've learned a bit about the politics here at the abbot, or at the monastery. And we still have a little bit of time before the evening, or before curfew. Okay, so this is our bedroom up here. Okay, and some of the novices have moved up here. Okay, we're going to come back to this. Okay, this is part of Worldly Goods. It's Siskis's treasure location.
Sorvus.
But and I need to go, I'm not going to get it now. So I think that's all I'm going to do for now, unless all of the monks have left out here. Nope, still got one left. Yeah, it's better to do the remainder of these things at night. So we're free to roam around up here. There are some locked chests, specifically this one here, that you want to have access to, but we don't have, again, access to any of our stuff yet. Now we know where we can get some lockpicks, but we don't have any groschen right now. There's a way to earn groschen here, but you can't do that until tomorrow. So we're going to make it a... And I think another monk went out here. Yep. Okay, let's see if it's empty out here. Probably not. Because this guy is coming. Yep. Let's see where he goes. Okay, I think I'll actually be all right there. Okay. And that's going to get us 200 groschen. It's going to get us the Necronomicon 2 and an ornamented dagger. So now you need to find out who the secret stash belongs to. Okay, but we already know who it is. It was underneath the tile, and that's going to complete Worldly Goods. So that belongs to Siskin. So Siskin is now kind of suspicious. He had a dagger that he brought into here and some gold. And remember, the person that we're looking for is an assassin who took some gold with him. So immediately Siskin is like on our radar, but we're still trying to find out which of one of the novices is actually pious.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Somebody else must be going through the door. Thank you. Appreciate it. Somebody else must be going through the door. This bugs me about doors in this game. If an NPC is pathing to the door, you can't use the door. Bugs me. Okay. So now it's 2100. We're supposed to be in bed. Okay, now what I'm going to do you can pick almost any of the beds, but the ones that are occupied are going to be grayed out. So this is the one that I normally pick. And I'm just going to sleep for an hour, and that's it. Hey, Dave, welcome. Good to see you again. And now, after that hour, everybody should be asleep. Now, at night, you have free reign of this place. And that's because the circators are actually indisposed. But see, you can see what happens when you're breaking the rules. It will tell you, it will give you a warning. And if the circators find you while you're in this type of mode, they'll stop you and you'll be subjected to punishment. Okay, so now what I need to do is go get my stuff. Okay, and there's a door here. And this is why I stashed a torch. Okay, so here's the library. And there's somebody here.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Well, probably the same as you. I want to be able to read in peace and quiet. And not just the books they make us read.
What exactly do you read here?
Well, I'd be interested to find the unofficial biography of Saint Procopius, but there probably is no such thing. To be honest, I was expecting some entertaining reading, but it's just the same old stuffy nonsense. But if that locked cabinet there with all the forbidden books was open, that would be a different story. Until recently it was still unlocked, but after something vanished, they've kept it locked tight.
Maybe I could get inside.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'd love to pore over some of those tomes. We'd be in it together, up to our ears in it. What do you say?
We'll see what I can do.
Okay. And that is going to start or lead us down a path that gets us something from him. Now, we've already unlocked this.
In that cabinet.
Okay. In a past quest. So we can unlock this anytime we want, but for now, I'm going to use my keys here. To get me into this room. And I'm going to take all of my stuff here. Okay. Now you can lose all of this stuff if you are searched by the circators during the day because you're breaking the rules. They will confiscate all of this stuff. Okay, but the torch, especially, being able to light up the areas while you're moving around here is necessary, unless you know exactly where stuff is, because it is dark at night here, and it's hard to maneuver your way around. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do is go down to the cellar. And Siskin is still wandering around. I've never seen him down here before, so I'm not entirely sure.
You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You wouldn't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
And you definitely want to join in.
All
This
right.
is going to start the Nasty
Wouldn't mind
Habits
some
quest.
That's more like it. Sit down and have a drink, my lad.
Quite right, brother.
Brother, you were somewhere you shouldn't have been.
Oh,
Don't you know
come
your
on.
place? Don't you know where you're permitted to enter and where your presence is forbidden?
This is a bug, and I should have saved before this.
Very well, brother. I accept my punishment.
I still need to look through your pockets to
'Cause
see
we're
if
not
you have
gonna take
anything
this.
You shouldn't. You have a weapon. Here in the monastery, you failed to complete.
Yeah. So, the question is... Okay, so it auto-saved. You're not supposed to get caught down there once. It's just if you don't sit down fast enough.
Quite right, brother. Just sit down and... Brother,
No.
you were somewhere you shouldn't.
I've had an...
You
Peace
dare...
be with you, brother.
Yes.
You failed...
We'll see if I can get this to work. If I can't, I'm gonna have to go back to worldly goods.
Quite right, brother. Just sit down and...
Nope.
Brother.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get.
You were
This is a bug.
Very well.
You have a... You...
When they invite you to sit down, you should be able to sit down. But sometimes they will go into the whole, you're trespassing thing, and they'll act like circators if you don't sit down fast enough. And that's a problem. So... Okay, this is right after we woke up. So we're not too bad off here. Let's go do this first. So that way if it fails...
You've seen us drinking here.
All right. Wouldn't mind some wine.
That's more like it. Sit down and have a drink, my lad. I'll say one thing, brother. This wine would grace the Pope's table.
I'm not so sure. It's a bit sour. God
Okay,
knows
this is what's supposed to happen.
Don't be absurd. It's a first-class cask, direct from Zneumo.
No, I know the taste of a good vintage, and this isn't it. I bet you that wretch Yorick got the casks mixed up.
Nonsense. It's perfectly drinkable.
No, it isn't. It's sour. No matter. We'll get more soon, so good health.
Good health.
We'll have to take that Yorick to task about where he got this wine and tell him next time he'd better get proper Zneumo.
Okay, so you can listen to them and you can find out they're a little bit upset with Yodok.
What would you like?
Okay, now because we've got hit worldly goods, we can turn some of these things in. And this is, we're not going to get involved in the politics between the two factions, but this is John. This is one of the two that's up for the new abbot spot. And this will give you some reputation with him if you do, but we're not going to get into the politics. We're going to entirely skip all of that.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like? Drinking?
But we're all monks.
Youngster, when you're as old as I, you'll understand.
Okay, and again, you can report it to the prior.
But you're the cicators. You're the ones meant to be keeping order here. How can gambling and drinking be a fitting part of a monk's life?
Well, if you really want to know, see for yourself.
All right. Have it your way.
And yes, Jacob, Nighthawk potions are very useful down here. You can craft them, just like you can with almost any of the potions, during the day here. And we'll see that a little bit when we wake up.
Talk to me, brother.
Okay, and you can play dice, but we're going to ask about Yodok.
You mentioned Yodok. What does he do for you?
Nothing much. He's just a little suckling like you. He'll do whatever it takes to stay on our good side. Sometimes we make use of him when there are errands to run.
Where'd you get the wine from? I thought the monastery cellars were guarded.
So they are, but this wine isn't from the monastery. Listen, lad, would you help us out with something? This cask is almost empty, and we need a new one. We're a bit old for such exertions. But you, on the other hand...
I'll help you. What do I need to do?
Ha! I knew it. Help Novice Yodok arrange for a new cask. Talk to him first thing in the morning, and by tomorrow night the cask can be on the table.
All right, I'll talk to him.
Okay, and that's going to start a new quest called Trials of the Novice.
Ah, down the hatch. Every gulp a treat, isn't that the truth?
Okay, and now you know why you have free realm with this place at night, and that's because the circators are down here getting drunk every night. Okay, so now we need to go back up to the library where we were. And again, find the door here in the wall. There it is. Have this conversation quickly.
What would you like?
In the middle of the night, I saw the brother Circators drinking and playing dice.
How marvelous! Did you join in? And more importantly, can I join in next time?
Siskin? I thought it wasn't allowed.
If the Circators can, we all can.
That's not how it works, though, is it?
I know. A double standard. The elder brothers can do as they please, but they're the ones preaching about morality to us. Why aren't you sleeping? What are you doing here?
Okay, so now we've got all of our stuff, and there are some other things that you can do tonight to kind of fast track this. But I'm going to go through picking up the quests and then completing them, whereas I could complete some of them now, or do all the things I needed now, and then complete the quests later. To fast track this, I'm not going to. So we picked up Nasty Habits, which means that we need to talk to Yodok about the wine for the Circators and get the Circators a cask of wine. Okay. Talk to Brother Solarius. He might be able to get a few useful things. Again, lockpicks and that sort of stuff from him to move around this place. We just pre-positioned it. So for our first night, that's all that we are going to do. Again, there's more stuff that you can do if you want to completely fast track this, but we're not going to. So let's head back to... Oh, there is one more thing that we can do here tonight. Right here is a Marathon 3 book. You can only get this here. It's unique. We're going to take it. And there are a bunch of unique books up in the library, but none of them are skill books. Okay, and let's look at our inventory. We'll read the Necronomicon, but there's nothing to it. And I don't know if we have the skill to read this or not. We do. Now this way, if it gets taken from us, we don't care, because we've already got the skill point out of it, or the skill increase out of it. Okay, so that increased our vitality. And now we can go to sleep. Now, you wake up early at the monastery. You wake up at 4. So we're going to sleep here, and we're going to interrupt our sleep. Because when everybody gets up, we want to have 2 conversations. So we want to be awake before the other novices. Because we're going to talk to Lucas here. And we're going to talk to Yodok. Wherever he is. Here he is, right here. So we're going to find out whichever of these 2 wakes up first. Now, you will have to manage your hunger here, and you could get some of those dried foods that were in that chest. We don't have to, though. There's a way to eat here. We're about ready to go to breakfast. You can see people are going to be starting to wake up here in a little bit. Okay, so Lucas is the first one.
In the night, I overheard the cicadas in the cellar. They were talking about you.
Oh, no. So it's still not over. This isn't a life in service of God. This is purgatory.
Lucas, what's going on?
Salve, be well.
What do you think? Just like you, I saw the cicadas drinking and playing hazard as if they were in a brothel.
We'd be safer not to get mixed up in the affairs of our superior brethren.
You're probably right. But I was naive and hoped I could fix things.
I warned them if they didn't stop, I'd go and tell the prior. But instead of mending their ways, they vented their anger on me.
You've picked the wrong people to make enemies of, Lucas, they told me. Now I can't even count how many days and nights I've spent locked up in solitary confinement for the tiniest offences, or for no offence at all.
Is there something I can do to help?
Would you? I think all it might take is for you to go and sit down with them. Have a talk, set things straight. Then they'd leave me alone. But I'm afraid even this path leads nowhere. They'd probably start hounding you as well.
You're right. This ought to stay between the 2 of us. I'm sure our brothers will leave you alone soon enough.
I pray that's true.
Okay. So that's going to start Trials of a Novice.
I'm starting to get hungry.
And you do not want to leave here until you get a prompt to leave here. Again, look it in the cloister, and your objective will change. And there is the objective. Let's talk to Yodok here.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I was talking last night with the brother cicadas. It seems you're to fetch them a cask of wine, like last time.
Well, yes, it's true.
I'd like to help you.
Would you really do it? To get hold of the wine, we'll have to leave the monastery for a bit. I know it's forbidden, but we've no other option. If wine started going missing here, someone would notice. But to leave the monastery, we need the keys. And only the prior has those.
Wait a moment. Are you saying I'm supposed to steal the prior's keys so I can go and steal wine somewhere else?
Well, you see why I don't want to do it myself now, do you? I don't have what it takes. I can't get those keys, but you could. Oh, or you might be able to pick the locks.
But you've done it once before, haven't you?
Last time the prior was sick, and he left the monastery keys in the Circator's care. So they unlocked the gates for me. This time we'll have to steal the keys.
How can I get hold of the keys, do you think?
I don't know, but it might be possible to do this without them. Brother Celerius, the cellar keeper, used to be a burglar. He knows his way around locks, and maybe he could help us
here, so
if you could find a way to arrange it.
Do you think he'll want to take part in theft?
No, but he could give some advice, or maybe get some lockpicks to open the gate. You'll figure something out.
If you think so, I can try.
Once you have the key or some lockpicks, come and see me and we'll make our plan.
Okay. So we're going to be late here. Oh no, we still got monks that are waking up, so we're okay.
What
okay, so I got some lockpicks, I got the keys.
About those keys.
Did you get them? Keys? Or at least lockpicks?
Yes, I have them.
In that case, come before midnight to the cloister garden. I'll be waiting for you there, and we'll head off.
Okay. And that's why we knocked out the prior and stole his keys also. You don't need them, you need either the keys or the lockpicks, but we have both. And now when you're going somewhere, stick with the group. If you get too far out ahead of the rest of the group, sometimes you'll see a Circator walking the wrong way, not with the group, and if you do, he's looking for people. So you need to kind of be a little careful. Some of these things can bug out. So make some liberal use of your savior schnapps in here, so that if something like that does happen, just like happened down in the cellar, you can restart fairly quickly. Now the way the rules work is you just have to be in the room. There's no praying that you have to do or anything like that. If we look at our journal though, we need to be in here praying until, now I can't remember how long. Let me actually go look it up. Until 6 o'clock, where we need to go eat. So we can actually wait a little bit here. But this one doesn't really happen at 6. Now, even if the other monks start leaving this room, you do not want to leave until the objective changes. That's important. And again, one of those things that can get you hemmed up here. You definitely want to make sure that you are waiting until the objective changes. But just hang out here for a while, pass time, and then about 5:30 or so, people are going to be leaving. And then shortly after that, you'll get the objective change. And since we're a little short on food, we are definitely going to try and get to the refectory as quickly as we can, but still staying with the group. Because we want to eat a little something today. So we'll just hang out for a bit here. And this is what this does. This is why this quest is somewhat annoying for most people, except for I Love Owls, is because of the waiting that you have to do. Basically, go somewhere, do some optional tasks if you want to, or pass time and just wait until you're supposed to go somewhere else. And then if you don't have time or you run out of time to do stuff, you have to wait throughout the whole next day doing the same exact thing to get back to that free time again. And see, here's what I mean, where some of the monks will start
Peace
to
be
leave.
with you, brother.
But you do not want to. And you don't want to be AFK here either, because you can actually get pushed out of that doorway and by some of the monks trying to leave. And that can cause you problems as well. Because, yeah, there's a circator right there. There's the other one. Okay, so we're about to get the change. Not many of them have left. Normally a lot more than this leave. Might be because it's the first day. Something's a little different. Yeah, see, now they're all starting to leave. And this is why you can get pushed out. Like I say, especially if you're standing over here. You can get pushed out that door, so. But you want to wait.
Brother, you were somewhere you shouldn't have been.
What?
Don't you know your place? Don't you
Again.
know
Very well, brother.
Stupid. This is dumb. I never had this many problems in my personal playthrough. And I should have... Oh, I didn't talk to him.
What troubles you?
It's saved before... Oh, yeah.
About
the
those
keys.
Yes?
In that case...
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with the circators here. If we get caught again, I'm going to drop all of my stuff in that chest upstairs. I'll pick it, drop everything in it. And then if they find you that first time, they give you a warning. They shouldn't be finding me at all. I'm not doing anything here. That is wrong.
Peace be with you, brother.
So like I said, we'll just wait this one out, but if they turn around and catch me again, then I'll have to restart it and I'll have to go back up before I leave, and I'll pick that lock on that chest in the dormitory and I'll put all my stuff in it. Because it's the dagger that's getting me kicked out. I'm not probably going to need the dagger in here. especially now that I picked up the ornamental one. But, ooh, that's a good question. Is the ornamental dagger... No, it's not a quest item. But yeah, I don't know why the Circaders are on me right now. They should not be. Go to the church for prayer and mass. That's the objective we're on. There go the 2 Circaders. Okay, so now we're on Eat with the Others. And again, I don't know why. I wonder, I'm behind them right now. I wonder if I get in front of them, if they're gonna quote-unquote see me and try and... Yeah.
Brother.
Something's wrong with the Circaders.
You were somewhere you shouldn't have been.
So I'm gonna have to, because I don't want to be avoiding their line of sight.
Very well, brother.
This entire time. Something broke downstairs. And I have no idea what it is. So we're going to talk to Yodok. We're going to tell him that we've got the keys.
About those... Did you... Yes?
In that case...
Okay, now we're going to pick this chest here.
What do we have here?
And I'm going to put...
A nice sharp dagger. Now what would a monk need that for?
All of my stuff in it. Okay. And now when they see us again, and I'm going to save. I'm going to drop another save here. Oh, I don't, because I don't have Save Your Schnapps. I'm going to drop another save down here. Okay. We'll take our punishment, we'll take our warning. And hopefully reset the Circator so that they're acting correctly. Now the first time since we've talked with the Circators, they kind of know who I am, but we haven't unlocked the free one yet, quote unquote. Once you bring in the cask of wine, you get a free pass, so to speak. So yeah, this is why, another reason why a lot of people hate this quest, is because the Circators can just be bugged out.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
And that can cause you problems like this. So... Okay, so we'll wait for the Circators to turn around and leave. Should be happening any time now. We'll get caught. There it is.
Brother, you were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you?
Very well, brother. I accept my punishment.
Now, show me what you have on you. I must confiscate anything that's not allowed in the monastery.
So yeah, we lose an entire day. But this will hopefully reset them. Because we get one of those. Oh, geez. Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah, I was supposed to meet Yodok. And now I'm supposed to go to bed, right? Oh, go to the church for prayers and mass. Okay. So what that means is that I'm going to have to just get the cask myself. It doesn't really matter. Yodok would just chicken out, and he wouldn't go with you. And I'd have to get the stuff myself anyway. So it's not that big a deal. The bigger deal is that you get a limited number of those interactions with the circators before you get expelled. So we're starting over with our day here. And hopefully everything has been reset. Because the circators can see me, and they're not having any issues with me, so hopefully that means everything's alright, because here they are. They can see me.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
So, nasty habits, you don't get to meet Yodok. Like I say, it doesn't really matter. I just need to get the Circator's cask of wine, and we'll do that in a second. So we're going to wait. And see if it's moved up to 5:30 or not. Doesn't look like it. That might only be during the ending, where it moves up to 5:30. But yeah, like I say, I can't control any of this. I'm sorry you're having to go through all of it. My personal playthrough, none of that happened. And something must have bugged out downstairs. That's the only thing I can think of, is that something's happening when you first meet the Circators that bugs it out. And it did not happen in my personal playthrough, so I don't know what's happening here with them. But hopefully we're past it now. Okay, so we're just going to wait and make sure that everything's okay with the circators here.
Peace be with you, brother.
Okay, so there's the first one that always leaves. So there's a circator there. And right behind me. Yeah, we should know really quickly here if everything is fixed. Okay, so let's see what happens when the circators leave. Alright, so now we're reset. But again, don't leave until you get the prompt. Yep. So Circator John sees me, and I'm not in trouble. So we're going to stay toward the front here of this line. But we don't want to get too far out in front of everybody. The reason for it is that if you are hungry and you want to eat, you need to get in here quick, because if the table fills up, the eating spot is kind of bugged. And if the table fills up, you won't be able to eat. Then you're going to have a problem. So don't be the first one in. Don't be, like I say, out in front of the group. The circators can bug out a little bit when you do that. But once you're in here,
death and life are in the
your
power
eating spot
for speaking and teaching belong to
is
the
here.
master. The disciples' part is to be silent and to listen.
And you'll immediately start eating. It'll refill your hunger bar down at the bottom.
With all the humility and submission
Okay.
inspired by reverence. But as for coarse jests and idle words, or words that move to laughter, these we condemn.
Now here, we need to be here eating until 8. So we definitely don't need to wait around all of this time.
The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet said.
So we're going to stop a little bit beforehand. And there's the objective.
Permission to speak should rarely be granted even to perfect disciples. Even
Salve Domingo.
Good, holy, edifying conversation. For it is written, in much speaking...
And the frattery is right here. And as long as you're inside this room, you're fine. You can do whatever you need to. Some of the things that are here, if you look at the bookshelves, these books you can take without a problem. So if you want to up your reading skill, there's a whole bunch of books here that you could that you can take and that sort of stuff. Some of these books, however, are going to be marked as steel. So you need to kind of watch what books you're looking at and which ones you're taking. So now there's an optional here in the cloister. Report to Provost Nevlas at the alchemy bench. Okay, so here's Brother Nevlas. And you don't have to do this.
A novice.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Nevlas, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the monastery's property, as well as handling trade with the outside world.
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists and send them out.
Okay, so if you tell him, you can talk to him here, and there's more about the politics of what's happening here, but he does have an option here.
Is there anything I could help with?
You know there is. Perhaps you've heard that Abbot Peter is gravely ill. I'm interested in medicine, and I know there's a cure for the abbot's ailment. With your help, I could find out the details, and together you and I could give old Peter a few more years to do good. What do you say?
You can count on my help. What do you need me to do?
In order to get the recipe for this medicament, a few rules will need to be broken. Now you know most of the brothers believe every illness is a message from God, and that it's not our place to deny his will. I, however, think if God sent us not just illnesses, but also the medicine to cure them, then it's our duty to relieve people of their suffering. The cure for Abbot Peter's illness could be contained in one of the books in our library, but it will certainly be amongst the Libri Prohibiti, the forbidden books, those we aren't permitted to read.
Why are they forbidden?
Because they contain occult and demonic practices, witchcraft and all manner of evil. Or so some people claim. It's nonsense, of course. This is nothing but a book of medicine, albeit one written by a pagan. Ibn Sina, also known as Avicenna, is universally acknowledged to be a wise man. But here, at some point, someone decided his book is the work of a Saracen devil and must be kept under lock and key. Since then, no one can even talk about the book. But the three wise men were from the East, were they not?
Where can I find it?
In the library, there's a large cabinet with a lock on it. The forbidden books are inside. You'll easily recognize what you're looking for. The cover has not only a Latin inscription, but also Saracen letters. Bring it to me, but leave the other books there. No one will notice if one book disappears, but if more were to vanish, someone would certainly begin to look into it, which is exactly what we don't want.
Is there anything you can tell me that would help?
There's a key to the cabinet in the prior's chambers. The librarian should have another one, or you can acquire some lockpicks. But I can't tell you where or how. Perhaps Brother Celarius could help.
Why can't you do it yourself?
Because I'm one of the highest-ranking monks here, and one day I'd like to become abbot. Can you imagine me crawling around in the black of night searching for a forbidden book?
You could just ask for it.
Do you honestly think I haven't tried? Unfortunately, Librarian Cyril is a stubborn ass.
I'm ready.
One more important thing. There's always someone in the library during the day. To pass unwatched, you'll need to go at night. It's locked, but I'm sure you'll manage to get in. They say Brother Celarius understands locks, but don't tell him why you need it. Once you have the book, bring it to me, and I'll then use it to make Peter's medicine. We'll soon have the election of the abbot over and done with.
Okay, and that's going to start Libri Prohibiti. And we're going to do that again to steal the forbidden book. Now, we could have done this last night and completed this quest right here. We're just kind of doing it in order, okay? Because we already have the key to the cabinet. We got the monastery key. So we can go in there and just get it. But I'm going to go here for my daily duties now.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. I want you to prepare 2 marigold decoctions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them.
Okay, so this is what you do during the day here. He's going to give you he's going to give you a random potion that you need to make. The alchemist station is in here. The ingredients are here. Now, we need to make a marigold decoction. So for that, we need marigold. And we only need 2 of these, and we need 1 nettle. I'm also going to make some I don't have belladonna here. Okay, so I'm just going to make his... So for this, I'm going to be using the master brew. So I'm going to pour water in. Going to go to my inventory, select both of these, put in 1 nettle. Two marigold. And now collect. Okay, so now we've completed that objective. And now we're going to get a new one here to submit the potions.
Praise be to Christ, brother.
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
Okay. And that will take in the cloister and complete it for the time being. Now again, up until I think noon, we have to be inside this room. Okay, so if you'd like, there are some other things that you can do here during the day. So if you have the ingredients needed for any potions, you can brew whatever you need here, because these are all free. You can take these at any time you want and brew up whatever you want with them. There's no belladonna here, which I think is needed for Savior Schnapps. Let me check the book. Yeah, belladonna is needed for Savior Schnapps. So I guess you could go back out during the night here when we're going to go out tonight and pick some up out of the place right across from here. But where we were treating the sick and wounded earlier. Because I'm pretty sure there's some belladonna there in that room. But again, it's better just to pre-position it like I did. Okay, so now since we don't want to be here for the rest of the live stream, we're going to pass time. And again, we're going to cut it a little short. Okay, and we're just going to wait for this to progress. So we've got 4 of the quests so far. Libri, Prohibiti, In the Cloister, Nasty Habits, and we completed Worldly Goods. So that's 4 out of the 7 that we have access to here inside the monastery.
Salve Domine.
And again, during the day, you're not going to be able to steal the marathon book from over there. You have to do it at night. Brother Nevlas here will see you take it. I haven't read some of these. Look through some of these. I don't really care about my reading skill very much. But this is a good place to pick up books. You can actually come down here at night, pick up books, read them, put them back on the shelves, and help increase your reading skill. Again, I just don't really care all that much about my reading skill. Okay, so it should be just about time. There you go. So now we need to go to the scriptorium. And that's up here in the library. Where's he at? He's normally right here. He's not here? Oh, here he is.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
Okay, so we can ask him about the forbidden books.
I've heard there are some forbidden books locked up in the library.
That's correct. They're here, safely hidden away from anyone who might be tempted to read them.
Could a book be prohibited by mistake? Maybe a good book or a useful one?
No errors are made. Every book on the prohibited list is there for a reason. Who am I to doubt the wisdom of Mother Church?
How does a book get on the forbidden list?
Forbidden works are full of heresy and blasphemy and witchcraft. If you ask me, we should burn them immediately, not archive them.
What if I just wanted to take a peek? Could I?
You could not. They are Libri Prohibiti, and the only people permitted access to them are the abbot and I. Although I see no reason why he or I would ever want to read them.
Okay, you can try and cajole him, but you don't have to.
Fine then. I don't need to hear anything else.
Because there's something you can help him with.
Is there anything I can do to help here?
I'm glad you asked. There's one thing, a silly thing really. I haven't thought to mention it to anyone before, but not long ago, a brother brought me a crumpled piece of parchment. He says he found it rolled up in a hole in the wall. The thing is, it was a page from Ovid.
Ovid? What is that? Is it the name of a book?
Not what, but who? Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes by him in the library, but one of them vanished one day. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a heretical work. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned. Ovid's The Art of Love must have been such a thorn in his side that he stole it from the library, tore it up, and hid the pages wherever he could.
Oh, would you like me to put the book back together again?
Absolutely. Eustace's wits weren't the sharpest, so I'm sure he didn't destroy any of the pages. I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find them all, but when you do, you can rest assured Ovid will return to his rightful place in the library.
Good. I'll look around for it.
Thank you, brother. It's of no great importance, but if you can find all 10 pages, I'll be most grateful.
Okay, and that's going to start the quest Scattered Pages.
Can you tell me something about the book?
The Art of Love is a sort of manual instructing young people how to find and maintain love. It's a lovely work. I don't understand what bothered Eustace so much about it, but as I was saying, he considered the book to be immoral and tore it up to stop it corrupting any of his brothers.
Where should I look?
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked you to do it. The pages of the book could be hidden anywhere, from the garden to the refectory.
Okay, so we're going to do our daily duties here just so I can show you what, about what this is.
I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. But it's easier than you think. Just a bit of practice and learning Latin. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you read in the original. Is that clear? Then you may begin, and try not to make a mess of it.
Okay, so you're going to get one of 5 random books here. And you need to read through the text that's up there at the top. Or that's up there on the right-hand side. And pick which one of these 3 entries is correct. Okay. Now, you can go through here and actually try and figure out what this is, but you're not really going to be able to make it work, because some of these don't really work like you'd think they were. If you look up there, it's at the top of the text on the page. It said SED, and then there looks like there's a space. All of these are the same. The next one looks like it has INLEG, possibly E, but it doesn't look like there's a space between any of them, which would be this one, but that's the wrong choice. Okay. There's a guide online about this, and you just find whichever book fits the guide, and it tells you which one to pick. So the first page is this one. The second page is the first one. And the third page is the first one. And the book you get is going to be random. One of the 5. So you just have to find whichever one has the correct entries in it. Okay, and now you take this back to the librarian.
Not a single error. Quite a feat for a beginner.
Okay, and that's what you do during the day. Okay, so, yeah, that's about it. So now until, again, I think it's 1600, you need to stay in this room. So again, we are not going to do that. Okay, so we'll wait for the objective to pop up here. Don't try and leave the room until you get the objective. And tonight we're going to do a couple of more exploration things. But first we have to get through our evening. Okay, so go to the church for prayer and mass, and again, we don't want to be too far ahead of anyone. So we'll kind of stick with the pack. Like the military. You don't necessarily want to be that guy all out in front. You don't necessarily want to be that guy all the way at the end. You want to blend into the pack when you're in basic training. That's just how you get along. Once you're done with basic, then you can be that guy out in front all you want. But for now, we just kind of want to blend in with everybody. Okay, so we'll just hang out in here for a while, and I think it's until 1800, and then we have to go to dinner. We're going to wait until 1730 because I think this one we'll see if it's early or not. Yes, people are starting to leave here. Yeah, this one's at 1730. So now again, the circaders are fine with us still, which is good. And we will head down to dinner. We don't need food, we just need sleep. And we'll be able to get a little bit tonight to help with that. Not a whole lot, though. Because tonight there's going to be a couple of things that we're going to have to do after lights out.
The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the abbot. Therefore, when anyone receives the name of abbot, he ought to govern his disciples with a twofold teaching. That is to say, he should show them all that is good and holy, by his deeds even more than by his words.
And we're not necessarily hungry, so I'm not worried about getting here
among his disciples, but
in time,
demonstrating
but
the divine precepts by
you
his
can
actions for those of harder hearts and
up it
ruder
off, I
minds.
guess.
The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom more is committed. From him
As long as you're in this room, you're fine.
let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery.
It's my nourishment. Yeah, my nourishment is fine.
One whom he finds better in
And
good
we're
works
here
or in
just for an
obedience.
hour.
And let him not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders.
And then the objective is going to change. Okay. So let me take stock of our quests here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trials of the Novice. We don't have the Abbot's List yet, and we already completed Worldly Goods. So yes, we are good. All 7 of the quests here. So now people are getting up to leave, but again, don't leave the room.
God be with you.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Salve Domine.
Salve. Be well.
Salve Domini.
Okay, now we're going to do something during this free time here. This time from 1900 to 2100, when the objective is going to say go to bed, but it's not curfew yet. We're going to start collecting pages.
I've read one of the manuscripts.
There's one page that we probably aren't going to be able to get unless I can get it. Oh no, we don't have to, it's not in here. Or is it? Oh, yeah. It's not here. It's here. And I don't have lockpicks yet. Put them back in the chest. Right. So come on, let's hurry up and change this objective. Yep, should be changing any second here. Okay, so now we have free time. So let's go pick up some things. We need to get lockpicks for this.
I've read one of the manuscripts.
And now we are free to roam anywhere that is not specifically marked as trespassing. Okay, so first thing that we want to do is go out here.
They say he won't make it to the altar.
No, no. Peter has a strong constitution. He'll still be on the earth.
We need to get into this chest here. So I'm hoping that the circator is going to leave. Well, we'll skip that one for now. Nope, there he goes. There's the first page.
Today's food.
Okay, so now we're going to go down to the cellar. Now, I think the cellar is forbidden all the time. It's not. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we want to get that here. Okay, and now we're going to go to the frattery. Here. And then here. Okay, and now we're going to go to the dormitory.
Peace be with you, brother.
Okay, so it's over here, and this one you have to be a little careful with, because people are going to be randomly coming in and out of here. So, but it's an easy chest, which means I can just unlock it really quickly. I don't have to spend time with a lockpick. The next page is here. Okay, now we have... I don't think we're going to be able to do this next one yet.
You're right. It stunk like a wine barrel in there. And it's
Come
not
on.
the first time. It's a mystery.
Okay, so we need to be in the refectory. But the monks are in here pulling the food off the tables, and they take it back to the kitchen. Okay? And that's all they do here for like the next 2 hours. So I need to get into that chest back there in the far corner, and you can see that they just walk right by it. So I'm going to skip this one and go to the library. Here. And then here. Okay, and then this one, I'm pretty sure I'm again gonna have to get...
Must be in that cabinet.
I'm gonna drop a... I didn't get Savior Schnapps, or did I? Yeah, I only got that one. I'm gonna try and go get this. I don't think I'm gonna have an issue with this. What time is it? I still have a little bit of time. But I can always come back at night and get it.
Servus.
But we're going to go back to the library. I'm going to drop a save here, just in case. There's a very hard lock here. Now the prior is there. We need to go past him. And there's the page. Now we're going to come back to this room in a little bit. Okay, so now the only one left is the one in the library, right? Yes. Or is the one in the refectory? Has it changed? Okay, so at 1900 we need to be in bed. Or 2100, sorry, we need to be in bed. So we'll go upstairs and we'll just wait. And we will wait an hour.
Brother.
What is this?
You were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know your place? Don't you know where you're permitted to enter and where your presence is forbidden?
Very well, brother.
Don't get this.
I accept my punishment.
I don't get it at all. What what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this. This bugs me. Because I might have been seen by the guy in the library. So I'm just going to reload the library and I won't go in there. I'll just do that when everybody's asleep. Because I'm not going to have any of my lockpicks or my savior schnapps or anything like that anymore. So I might have been seen when I went in there, and that might have caused it. So right here, this guy might have seen me walk in there.
Forget about them.
I'm not going to go in there tonight. I'll go do it at night when I go do the other 2 quests that I have to do. So I'll just hold off on that. So we will wait for an hour. Until the circators are gone downstairs. Okay, I'm going to sleep and save here. Just for another one. Get me a free save. And then we're going to go do 3 things. So the first is we're going to go get those last 2 pages. They should have brought the torch. Now, Siskin isn't going to care that I'm going in here. Okay, so that should be number 9. And then we're going to go down to the refectory. And we need to get into this chest here. And there's number 10. Okay, so we'll just have to turn that in tomorrow. And now we need to go get the cask. And for that, I want a torch. The guards don't take kindly. They're walking around without a torch. And it's really hard to see where we're going. Okay, this is the way to get out. And now we need to go to the custodian's house, is what they said. So the custodian's house, who remembers all the way over here. While you're out here, you can use the herb garden, and you can pick up belladonna and that sort of stuff if you want to craft savior schnapps.
A monk's got no business out here. What happened to your vows?
And they'll talk about it, but they won't interrupt you or anything. Okay, so you go into this room, you immediately turn left, and here at these casks. Right here. Okay, so now we need to do two things with the circators. We need to give them the cask. And then we also need to talk to him about Lucas. Because Lucas asked us to
What are you doing?
intervene on his behalf. I don't need to be here. I need to be on the other side. I could go in through there, but this is quicker. Okay, so again, we're going to go down to the cellar. And I'm going to drop a save here, just in case the circators are all sorts of messed up again.
I'm not so sure. It's a bit sour. God knows what.
He's
Brother,
messed up again.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
You were
This
somewhere you
is
shouldn't
so-
have been. Don't you know your place? Don't you know where you're permitted to enter and where your presence is forbidden?
This is so dumb.
Very well, brother.
And I shouldn't have accepted the punishment, because now I have to wait through this stupid cutscene and this timer. No idea what's wrong. I did not have these problems during my personal playthrough. Not a single time did I get caught by the circators. And I think somehow something got all wonky at the very beginning, the first time I sat down at that table. And like I say, don't know what caused it, have no idea, but yeah, this is not how things should be going here. So what I'll do instead is I'll go upstairs. I'll put all my stuff in that chest again. And I will serve my time until tomorrow night, when I will have to turn these in. Again. Horrible things. Wish we didn't have to deal with. Okay. One of the things that makes this quest annoying. It's past, yeah. Why are all these monks still awake? Okay, so we're just going to go down here and get caught. Just immediately. I'm not even going to try and drop the cask off. He's just going to get up. Yep.
Brother, you were...
Very well.
This thing shouldn't normally take this long. I would have fully expected to have finished this set of quest line, or this set of quests today. But these issues with this are just lost me 20, 30 minutes worth of time here. Okay, so down in the cellar. So what time is it? Yep, it's in the morning, so now my whole day is shot. Okay, so this is until 6. We'll make sure the circators are reset here. Sorry, you can hear the frustration in my voice. I play things in my personal playthrough so that I can avoid problems like this and so that I can help explain how some of these things work. And then the game just acts entirely differently than it did on my personal playthrough. And I have no explanation for it. So I don't like having that happen. But unfortunately, it is what it is. Okay, so one circator left. Okay, so he's fine with me. The other thing I don't like is that being in solitary confinement should reset my energy level. I don't know why it doesn't. So now we just have to go eat. And you're going to see another annoying thing about how Warhorse did this particular quest line. So now we have to be in here until 8.
Who sees that his heart is murmuring, and far from gaining a
And that's, they deliberately set this up in an order where you have to spend more days. If you're doing these quests in the order that they want you to, or if you're doing these the way you're supposed to, right now what would happen is that for the Brother Nevlas, I need to get the Libri Prohibiti. But to that, I need to unlock the cabinet. To unlock the cabinet, you have to get the key from scattered pages by completing this. So once I complete this, the librarian's going to give me a key to that bookcase. Then I go to the bookcase and I can turn this book back in here to do it. Unfortunately, what that means is that I have to be in the frattery first and the library second. If I was in the library first, I could turn in the scattered pages right now, get the key to that bookcase, take the book out of it, and then in the next morning labor, come here to the frattery and turn that book in and complete both quests in the same day. But because they're deliberately out of order, I can't do that. I have to spend a whole nother day here doing this stuff to be able to turn it in. Again, why? I'm not going to question I Love Owl's sanity here by saying that they actually like this quest. Because I love my community, but some of y'all are a little crazy if you like this. So here we need to be here until noon. Then we're going to go take the pages, turn them into the librarian. And we will wait to go up to the library here. We'll head up. We will pick up the key. We'll pass time and we'll wait for the evening to come around. And then this evening we're going to go talk with the brothers downstairs. We're going to give them their cask. And then we're going to go take that book so that then tomorrow we will complete everything. And we will be able to leave here. But we're not going to have time to be able to leave here. We won't have to do that, or won't be able to do that until tomorrow. Okay, so we should be getting, there it is. So now here, we can turn in the pages.
What would you like?
I have all the pages of the torn up book. The Art of Love can go back to the library.
Oh, brother, you can't even imagine how happy you've made me. Since you're clearly a true lover of books, I'll give you a reward I've never given another novice. I'll lend you the key to the cabinet containing forbidden books, and you can look at the peculiar things we've accumulated there. That cabinet's strictly off limits to novices, but you've earned my trust. I'm sure you'll recognize that those books contain nothing but dangerous gibberish, and there's a valuable lesson to be learned there.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate your trust.
Okay. So that's going to complete scatter pages. Okay. And now what we have to do is we now have access to this cupboard. And I can't get out of here to do it. We have access to this cupboard, but I think I can pick it up.
Ah, this looks like the Saracen language. Ibn al-Hassan. That's who I'm looking for. Avicenna.
Okay. But I can't bring the book to Nevlas because that's not until tomorrow. So, yeah. So now I'm in here until 1600. And I'll see if I can get Nevlas in line for mass or for food or something like that. But we'll see once the time ends, because after this I have to go to mass, and then I have to go eat, and then I have free time again. Come on, give me the prompt. There we go. There he is. He's in there. But I don't want to go in there because, see, when you go in there, you're neglecting your schedule. Oh, did you say... Yep.
Brother.
Not gonna...
Brother Cyril mentioned that you didn't submit your parchments in the scriptorium. Do you not enjoy copying books, or are you just willfully shirking your responsibilities?
Come now, brother. Aren't we friends? Would you really punish a friend for one rash act?
I'll pretend nothing happened, but this is the last time, brother.
Okay, so I'm going to try and stick up for Lucas here, too.
Brother Circator, my friend.
What would you like? To be relieved from duties?
No, I'm here because of Novice Lucas. I've heard there's some discord with him.
Only because that weasel wants to put an end to our nighttime fun. So we're letting him know who's in charge here.
I'd appreciate it if you treat him like a brother again.
If he isn't afraid of us, there's nothing to stop him ratting us out. But what do you care, anyway? Grown fond of him, have you?
He hates you because you trample all over him and he has nothing to lose. If you show him just a bit of kindness, he'll think again about taking you on. You'll see.
Fine. You've convinced me. You can tell him things have been straightened out. But he'd better be on his best behavior from now on. Beware of Lucas. He might corrupt you.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna be late here.
A sinner. He might try to get you into the habit. Or out of it.
I didn't know that. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, I need to go to mass. Okay. So I was able to complete part of Trials of a Novice. So now I just need to let Lucas know about that. We're going to go a little bit long here today, because I can complete this one here during my free time. I'm going to try and find Nevlas during my free time and complete Libri Prohibiti as well. And then after I've done that, I'm going to go upstairs during free time, get my Savior Schnapps, and do a save. and then I will complete Nasty Habits when we start next week. So here I'm until 1730, give or take. So we'll just wait for that time to hit. Watch the Circators turn around and try and accost me again for something. Yeah, I'm getting tired.
Oh, Jesus.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
I could really do with some sleep.
Okay, so don't leave yet. Wait until you get the prompt. Okay, so now I can eat with the others. And yeah, the Circators, once again, don't care until they suddenly want to randomly accost me again. Yeah, if you stand still too long, you're going to get that animation. This is what happens when your energy level is low. But what it really is just a drop in stamina that you have. And you use more stamina for certain actions as well. But I shouldn't need any nourishment. It's just my energy this low, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, don't need any nourishment. So we need to wait here until 1900. And then we'll have our free time.
Occupied at certain times.
Okay, so we're still eating.
To that end, we think that the times for each may be prescribed as follows. From Easter until the calends of October. When they come out from prime in the morning, let them labor
And we'll
at
go do these
whatever
last
is
two things and then we'll end the
until about
stream.
the 4th hour. And from the 4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves to reading. After the 6th hour having left, let them rest on their beds in perfect silence. Or if anyone
come on, give me the
perhaps wants to
prompt.
read, let him read to himself in such a way as not to disturb anyone else. Let none
There
be
it
set
is.
rather early at the middle of the 8th hour.
Okay, so now let's go find Lucas. And Brother Nevlas.
Touching. More like infuriating. A horrible, abominable waste of parchment.
Okay, so where's Lucas at? So he's going to be out here somewhere. The two Circators. There's the librarian. Sometimes they are upstairs. there's Lucas.
I spoke to the cicadas about how they've been treating you.
Really? Did you manage to convince them to leave me alone?
But you have to promise not to tell anyone what you saw them doing.
Hey, Jim Life, welcome.
And they'll leave you alone.
That's a promise I'd be glad to make. I'm forever in your debt, brother. Because now I know I can trust you, there's something I want to tell you. It's about Brother Antonius. I wouldn't like to say something that isn't true. God forbid I should cause harm by my words, but this is something I'm sure of. Novice Antonius is lying to us.
What makes you say that?
He claims he's a merchant's son from Vlashim, and that he joined the order voluntarily. The thing is, I spent a great deal of time in Vlashim. I know it like the back of my hand, and no one even remotely like Antonius has ever lived there.
Are you sure? Because this could mean that...
It's true, or Canute isn't my name. That would be my secular name, by the way, but that's not important. I know Vlashim, and I know the local merchants there, and I've never seen Antonius among them. Why would he be lying if he had nothing to hide?
Thank you for telling me. I'll look into it.
Okay, and that's going to update the main quest line there to try and figure out which of the novices is the person that we are here to try and find.
Good God.
Yes. And that's what these quests are really in service
I need
of.
to lie down before I split my face open from yawning.
I really would like to find Nevlas, though, before I go to bed.
Waiting pays off. There's no hurry.
I'm telling you, someone's been creeping around.
I just don't know. There he is.
What troubles you?
Here's the book you wanted.
Amazing. This really is it. Now I can use it to prepare a cure for our suffering abbot. Then I'll leave it in the library to make it seem as if Brother Librarian left it lying about. There'll be no investigation. It would be against his best interests, as he'll look like the one who wasn't taking proper care of the books. It will drive him mad. I didn't leave that book out, or did I? Is there anything I can do for you in return?
I'd be interested in finding out the background of the other novices.
That's a strange wish you have. And the only ones who know everything about the novices are the abbot and the prior. They keep a record of every monk in the abbot's book, but you'll never get your hands on it. It's locked up in the prior's study.
Thanks. You've helped me immensely.
No, thank you. About that book, don't even think about breaking in to get it.
Okay. That's going to start the last quest in our list here, the Abbot's list. So let's go upstairs. I'm going to get a Savior Schnapps out. And I'm going to drop a save, and that'll be the end of today. And we're going to want... I don't think we're going to need the lockpicks, but... Okay. And that's going to be it. So, sorry for all of the issues here on this quest. Like I say, I don't know why. None of that happened in my personal playthrough. I normally expect my streams to go smoother than that. But the cicadas have been causing us problems today. So, it's only going to take us about 10 minutes to finish this up. We've got this one night time here where hopefully we will be able to complete the last two quests here, the Abbot's List and Nasty Habits. And then in the morning, we will run into a problem. And that will lead us into the conclusion of this quest line. So a lot of good things going on next week, and we'll jump into new DLC as well. So as always, thank you all for being here. I can't say enough, especially while I'm still recovering here and while I was gone, all the support that I got from my community. All of you are amazing. My community's always been great, but again, I can't thank you enough because as I always say, without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jarwal saying until next time, fare thee well.